Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today I have an unboxing of the Canada Goose Freestyle Gilet. I've always wanted to try this item, so I thought I'll order one, film it for the YouTube video. Please, if you've not already, like the video and subscribe. I very much appreciate all of your support. And without further ado, let's get straight into the unboxing. Okay, so I have undone the tape already. I'll come close to the camera so I can just show you that it's got a bit of Canada Goose branding there and then a bit of detailing of what the product actually is. Worth noting, I didn't buy this direct from Canada Goose. I actually got it from Flannels in the UK. So I'm going to take out the packaging and we'll see what we have. So I'll just toss this aside. So I have just unboxed it and it feels amazing. Now, I say unboxed it, if I'd have bought it from Canada Goose direct, it would have come in a cardboard Canada Goose branded box, but I didn't. So it just came in that bag with that little bit of branding on it. But this thing is awesome. And another amazing thing is it's actually an older generation one, which normally if you bought clothes, you might be a bit disappointed by that. But in this situation, I'm definitely not, because the old Canada Goose, like I mentioned in previous videos, is much higher quality. Now I know this because the ruff that goes around the neck here is kind of furry, kind of fleecy. Fleece is a better term for that. On the newer one, it's just the same material that is on the inside of the gilet. And now that it is unboxed, I can show you the label that it comes with. Here is the Canada Goose label with a bit of like information of what the jacket actually is, and you can see there it's TEI 1 rated. The sizing on this jacket, it's a medium, and this is how the newer labels look. Like, this isn't the newest season there is. It's about 2021 and it has like the medium and then the Chinese size in there as well, and then of course the branding. I just thought I'd share that with you. Okay, so as with all of my other videos, I have put the gilet on so I can show you the features. I just found that easier personally so I can demonstrate everything to you. So we'll start with the most iconic part of all of these jackets, and that is the branding on the left breast there. The branding is very iconic on these gilets. I do see them quite a lot when I'm walking around the cities, and I must say they look phenomenal. I'd like to talk to you about the material. So it's made from Canada Goose's Arctic Tech, which is the same as my past reviews. If you've seen them, like I did a Wyndham, I did a Chilliwack review. Same material, so it's water resistant. It's very good in the wind actually. It does do a good job of keeping the wind off, and if you're in the snow, you're probably going to be quite fine. Like, I wouldn't want to be in like a heavy downpour. I also wouldn't want to be in a heavy downpour in a gilet anyway. But yeah, Arctic Tech, you can look at it on the website. It is their like signature, most sought after material that they do. So they make a lot of products out of other materials, but I know the most popular one is the Arctic Tech, which is on this Freestyle Gilet, and I've got it in the colour navy blue. Just then I was showing you the label of the TEI 1 rating. Now that is a scale used by Canada Goose. It goes from 1 to 4, I believe. 1 is between -5 degrees Celsius and 5 degrees Celsius, and then 2, 3, 4, and when you're in the category number 4, that's like the expeditions for being in places like the Arctic. So it is not the warmest thing to make, but of course it's a gilet. If you're working outside in construction or something, that could be the one. Or you can even layer these underneath something like an expedition. But here in the UK, that is not necessarily necessary. Before we move on to the external parts of the jacket, I just want to show you something on the inside. It does have the tag here. It doesn't actually have a baggie like on the coats that I have. It's just got some information about the jacket, and in here there will be a Certi logo, just there. Okay, so onto the stuff that matters then. Pockets. There is actually 8 pockets on that gilet. Yeah, I said that correctly. There is 8. So we'll start with the ones on the front. On each side at the front there is 3. So there's the 2 for your hands, which are fleece lined, and then there's a bigger pocket at the back here that you can store some stuff in, not fleece lined, and then again like a really small pocket at the front there, and on the other side that is again not fleece lined. So just the 2 for your hands. But I think that's like really, really good anyway. And I'll just show you on the left side, it has the Canada Goose branding there. On top of that, there is a zipped enclosed pocket on the inside here in the breast, just behind the logo there. And that is with a YKK zipper. Not fleece lined, but it is behind the duck down fill, so it should keep things in there nice and warm. And then there's a really big pocket here that you could put something like a beanie or perhaps some gloves. That is just absolutely awesome. So the next thing I'll talk about then, I already showed it to the camera at the start of the video, but it is this fleece lined stuff around the neck, which having it on feels really, really nice. And it is such a shame on the newer jackets they've removed it. Just here, it is fleeced. Having it on, it is really, really nice, comfortable. I think that is actually a great feature that I didn't expect anything from, but I really, really like it. I'm aware if you're getting a new season, unfortunately they're not there, and the price of Canada Goose keeps hiking up. Like, they're now, I believe, £595 for the gilet, which is just so much money. If you can get an old one on sale like this, which I managed to do, that is great. Now, one observation is that this gilet is boiling. Like, I got this just to review it, expecting that it wouldn't keep me warm at all, really, because I don't tend to wear gilets, because I find they just let, like, too much hot air out of the body. But I'm wearing this unzipped and I'm actually feeling super warm. So if you're wondering, is this warm, yes or no, I am going to personally say yes. Like, from my experience right now, I've been wearing it 5 minutes and it is super warm in here. Okay, so I mentioned before there's a YKK zipper in here, and that is the same as with all Canada Gooses. There is a chunky YKK zipper, probably one of the best quality zippers there is out there, with some more branding here. And before I zip that up, I just want to show you that the button also has some Canada Goose branding on it as well. Awesome, so I've done the zip up and it is poppers on this model as well. I believe they're all poppers. Like, there is the Garrison gilet that fits slightly differently, but it is also poppers. Awesome, so I've got the buttons done up. There is 5 buttons on the front there. If you want to do it up that high, you can, but definitely not for me. That is not how I would choose to rep the gilet. I just want to say as well, when you're legit checking your Canada Goose, if these 2 buttons are close together, that most likely means it's real, because a lot of the fakes just have the big gaps like this, and they might not even include that top button at all. So yeah, I just thought I'd share that tip with you. And this is how it fits. I'll give you a side profile and the rear. And this side. And back to the front. I'll say it is quite a big fit. It's a generous fit. All my other Canada Gooses are a medium. This is also a medium. I know I'm not wearing a hoodie underneath. I have got a hoodie to show you what it fits like underneath. But I just thought I'd try it with a t-shirt, let you know how it feels. And yeah, I would say it is quite roomy. Definitely enough room to lay underneath. I'll just show you another angle of the rear, because it has got a bit of a ducktail to it, which means it's longer at the back. I'm not sure if that's the official term, but that's what I call it with jackets. It just comes down a bit further at the bottom there than it does at the front, which is really nice. It'll protect you from the wind when you're outside. I do want to say that it's very, very warm. I was not expecting much from a gilet, to be honest. I didn't think a gilet could be this warm, and that could perhaps be down to what it's filled with. So it is, as far as I'm aware, 80% duck down and 20% goose down. Alright, so before I do layer up, I thought I better show you what it looks like with it fully zipped up, so I'll do that. So the zip only goes up to here, and then it has just a separate collar piece, buttons up. So it's actually not too uncomfortable. As I said, it's just not personally how I would choose to wear the item. I'll give you a side profile of that as well. Awesome, let's get on to having it with a hoodie underneath. Alright, so I've put a CP hoodie on to match the aesthetic of the channel with the luxury brands and all that. If you do want a review of this, please leave it in the comments and I'll be sure to do that in the future. But yeah, I'm going to zip it up and let you know how it fits. Brilliant, so I've got that all zipped up, and I must say, now that I've layered underneath, this thing fits perfectly. My advice would be, if you're not going to wear anything underneath, just wear a t-shirt. I would go down a size. If you do plan to wear a hoodie or something like that underneath it, or a sweatshirt, I would stick with your normal size. And of course, like, if you want the option to do both, I'd probably just get your normal size. But yeah, I'm super impressed with the fit of the gilet now that I've layered up underneath it. In terms of length of this gilet, well, you can see at the front, I should have worn a lighter coloured jacket to show you this, but it does protrude a little bit, like hangs a bit low, so you would have to tuck it up a bit. But I'll say that ducktail at the back, like, does a good job of covering it at the back. I'll just show you a side profile, and from behind again, and from this side, and back to the front. If you're wondering what colour this is, it is navy, and I would say this is definitely my favourite of like the older colours. I think you just get like navy, black, PBI, which is like a light blue, or the Starlight. Is it called Starlight? I do really like the look of that one as well. And then the new ones, I think my favourite is the green, but I do prefer to stick to the older generations just because I do think the quality is better. Just one thing I didn't mention was the fit on the shoulders, and it does protrude a little bit, but I think that is just the style of these items. I hope you enjoyed this review of the Canada Goose Freestyle Gilet. If you have enjoyed the video, please show some support and leave a like. And also, if you're not already, please smash that subscribe button. I very much appreciate that. Like, I really love it when I just see my subscribers growing, and it motivates me more and more to put out more videos. And as I mentioned before, like, if there is anything you want to see me review, please leave it in the comments. And if you have any more questions about this jacket that I've not covered in this video, also leave them below. So yeah, I'll catch you in the next one. Peace!